Hello everyone, my name is Mowmaster and welcome to a little bit of a mod showcase. I'm the developer of Pedestals, which is the mod we're covering today, and we are on Forge 1.16.1. So this is for the latest version of Minecraft. This mod is an alpha version currently, meaning it's really only able to be messed around in creative mode. Here in the next few days, I will release a beta build which will have survival recipes, so you can actually play with this in your world. But basically, because this is the same day that Forge released 1.16 for modding, I just don't have the time right now to get a proper survival build out. So that's why there's to be a little bit of delay in the next couple of releases. Just so I can actually get everything ready for survival play. So, having said that, now that you know that this build that I'm showing off here is creative only for the most part, still for free to tamper with it and mess with it and see what's broken, because I'm sure there's something in there somewhere. But yeah, so let's kind of play along. I'll explain, if you're curious, kind of how this mod will play out in the future. But for right now, it's fairly simple and straightforward. So, let's begin. Pedestals. They will display items. That's pretty simple and easy. So their primary function is to function like a pedestal. It will display items. If you are worried about your world not being lit up enough, you can apply glowstone to them, and they'll actually light up like a torch would, and they'll light up an area. They can be placed on any facing side, so there's 6 different sides you can place them on. Top, right, left, down, bottom, north, east, south, west, whatever. You can place them on all 6 different directional sides, and they can be lit up as well, so you can make little fancy lit up pedestal deals with them, which is kind of cool. So yeah, there's that. Initially, you'll only be able to make stone pedestals using the linking tool and stone. But if you make color palettes using red, green, and blue dye, you'll be able to make a color palette, and the color palette will be able to dye. Obviously, this doesn't work quite yet, but it will be able to dye the stone pedestal into, red, green, or blue, for example. But there's actually a lot of options here. I'm gonna have to minimize this real quick. That's just a Forge error right now, is the little sliders kind of go away. But as you can see, there's a lot more pedestals in here than just the 3 or 4 I'm showing right now. There's actually 64 combinations that you can make when this releases as a survival build. So that would be kind of fun. If you want to color code everything, feel free. But yeah, so all these different colors will be available. And then there's functional upgrades. And there's actually quite a few functional upgrades. You can see a dropper, block breaker, some inventory management ones there and here. There's a smelting one. There's some item filtering ones. There's a sharing one. There's some experience management ones. So there's a little bit of everything right now, even, harvester, planter. So a little bit of everything right now. In the future, I plan to expand on this. Liquid transfer and manipulation, energy transfer and manipulation, maybe even energy generation, who knows. Maybe I've thought about making like a quarry type thing as well, so there'll be all sorts of different options available going forward, but for right now we're just keeping it simple for the first week or so, and then I will continue to add to it and expand on the functional upgrades. But yeah, so that is pretty much all there is content-wise to pedestals. There's pedestals, there's functional upgrades, and there's item transferring. So pretty simple and easy. You might actually find it very useful for your world. You never know. Because even though it's pretty simple to get into, it's fairly complex when you start adding in all those functional upgrades. So what I'll do here is I will kind of run through this functional system right here and kind of giving you some details on how some other things will work in the future. So here we go. What we have here is just a simple carrot farm. You put carrots in here. This upgrade is called the import upgrade. It's the reverse of the export. That's the export. That's the import. The import upgrade takes items, like denoted by the square here, and sucks them up into the pedestal from a chest. So this upgrade has to be placed on a pedestal that's attached to a chest in that manner or that manner. So as long as it's attached to a chest, it will pull items out of that chest and into the pedestal. This pedestal is then sending these items all the way to this pedestal right here. We can double check this by just checking what is the selected block here. So we know that that is the pedestal we're sending to. This pedestal is the planter, so it's planting the crop. Underneath, waterlogged here, we have a grower pedestal. Its current effective area is 3x3. This can be expanded with enchanting. For example, if I run over here and enchant this, we can see that this took power 4, which is incorrect. I'm using a forge version where enchantments are broken. I just remembered. My bad. But basically, you can enchant this with, say, pedestal speed, for example. And what that does is that makes the upgrade operate at a much faster rate. The grower really doesn't do a whole lot right now. It does try to tick the blocks in this area, but it ticks them so slow that it's almost not even worth it unless you apply bone meal to it. So we'll just right-click it here. You can see this area of enchanting particles. You can link it to any pedestal within this area. So out here, it would not work. For example, if I do this, too far to connect, so that doesn't work. But I'll connect it to this one here with the bone meal. And there you go. Now we're getting bone meal to it. We can check this. This is now sending to that pedestal down there. And this is a crafting upgrade on here. This is checking every single slot to see if there's a recipe. If the recipe exists, it will craft it. So if we had wood planks in here instead, it'd be crafting buttons. But because bone blocks create 9 bone meal per craft, it is uncrafting the bone blocks into bone meal and is supplying it to our farm. So that is just one application of how that can work. There is a 2x2 grid and a 3x3 grid version of this upgrade. The 2x2 grid works like a 1, 2, 3, 4, which in a chest like this, it translates to 1, 2, 3, 4, repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So it starts here, goes here, starts here again, goes here, starts here again, goes here. And that's kind of how the order is. So, and then the 3x3 upgrade, it uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which in a chest translates to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 recipes. So that's if you want to do 3 different recipes that have 9 items in them, for example. There is an upgrade in here that's not really functional. It's called a crafting placeholder. So say you're crafting a pickaxe and you put sticks here and diamonds here. These will fill up slots. They won't act as any item. They'll act like as a blank slot. And that way, if you're using a hopper to fill up your inventory, these slots won't get full of junk. So that's what the placeholders are for. But if you're using the 3x3 and you don't want to have this weird thing, you can use like a dispenser or a dropper because they have 9 slots of inventory. And that way it's just like using a regular crafting bench. So, but yeah, that one's kind of complex, probably the most complex out of everything, but really quite powerful as far as many recipes as you can store in a container with it. So yeah, there you go. That is kind of Pestil's in a nutshell. Obviously, we have way more upgrades that I didn't even go into explaining. The Anvil one, for example, you place it down in the middle and you put other pedestals around it with items you want to add to the... oh man, the Anvil one is also confusing. So say I want to combine enchantments onto this item. I will supply this pedestal with experience by linking it to a XP collector. then I will apply my books to these pedestals around it. And once it has enough experience, it'll combine everything and output it to the top of the pedestal. Not like that. More like that. Because my upgrade made it go back inside. But yeah, so that's the Anvil. The Enchanter works like a regular enchanting table. Again, supplied with experience. Everything else, I think it's fairly straightforward on how it works. Block breaker, you place it against a block you want to break. Block placer, you place it against a block you want to place. You know, just, yeah, play around with it. If you have any questions, feel free. If I remember correctly, the Discord link is right here. So if you want to click on that, it'll take you to the Pestle Discord, and you can chat about various pedestal things. So thanks for stopping by, hanging out. We will see you all in the next one. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.